What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Off the Top Predictions here tonight. I'm with Mystic, Cam, Jamie, Nate, Phil, Scarlett. So, what do you guys want to talk about? WrestleMania.
Why don't we talk about night 2 of WrestleMania, baby? Woo!
I do think that is a wonderful idea. Real quick, before we dive into this, let's just get everybody introduced. Y'all know Shadow. He was just here. Scouts is working behind the scenes tonight. I'm going to pass it over to Phil. Phil, say hi.
What's poppin', everybody?
And returning from last night, we got Scarlett.
That's me.
We also got Jamie. Can't hear you, Jamie. All right. Can't.
Yo.
And right there. And we got BG Mystic right over my head. Well, I don't know where he's at on the Discord.
I am
He is over there. Awesome.
I think you're up in my corner. But yeah, it was good. Good.
And I'm Jamie.
Last night we dove into WrestleMania Night 1, and we had a very great discussion. I think tonight's going to be just as good. Only 6 matches on the card tonight for Night 2. Maybe something gets added over the weekend. We'll talk about that later. But let's kind of dive into this. The match that I personally think is going to open the show, I don't think, has any of them been confirmed to open the show for Night 2? I don't think there has been.
No, I don't think so.
I think the best
opening up night 2.
I think the match that's going to open Night 2, and the reason to open Night 2 is so that it doesn't overshadow the actual main event by going on later on in the show, is going to be the Intercontinental Championship. In what's probably going to be one of the greatest triple threats of all time. I think we can all kind of anticipate that. So I'm going to pass it over to Phil. Think about this match.
As far as what's going to kick off the night?
Well, I mean, we're going to dive into that match, the Intercontinental title match. What do you think about it? Who's going to win? Give me some predictions on it, man. It's a prediction show.
All right. If that's a question I'm being asked, I'll give you my answer. So, obviously, I think this goes without saying. This match is going to be stiff with a capital S. Because these three guys are literally the stiffest wrestlers in WWE at this point in time. It's Sheamus and Gunther just having another rematch. It's just we're adding in Drew McIntyre, almost like he said, you know what? I heard you guys need a third, as what Daniel Bryan usually did. But anyway, I digress from that statement. As far as what I'm about this, as much as I think it would be great for Sheamus to win Grand Slammer status by winning, I would rather see Gunther destroy the Honky Tonk Man's record for the longest Intercontinental title reign. He is doing so much with it. He's proven leaps and bounds that he is one of the greatest wrestlers in WWE, like, entirely. And honestly, seeing him do that would honestly propel him even further. Like, yeah, he's going to lose the title at some point, and when he does, I believe he'll be world title ready. So I have Gunther retaining the title.
Right, we got one for Gunther. Cam, I'm going to throw it over to you. We're just going to go around the clock here.
Yeah, man. I'm going to keep this pretty much short and sweet. I don't have really much else to add to what pretty much Phil was saying. I mean, he pretty much took the words right out of my mouth. I honestly see Gunther going on a dominant reign, and I think they're going to build him up to absolutely take out a Honky Tonk Man's record for the longest IC champion. So, and I think that's the move. I think he is the guy that has single-handedly restored the IC title and restored its honor, if you will, because, it was for a while there, it was pretty much just tossed aside as, a throwaway championship. And it shouldn't be treated that way because there's a lot of rich history behind that championship. So I like Gunther. I like the way that he presents himself as a champion, and they've done an amazing job as building him as this monster, unstoppable heel. I don't see him losing at this triple threat match at Mania. I do think though we are in for probably the match of the night of night 2. If this is to kick off WrestleMania Night 2, it's probably gonna be the best match on the card, or at least one of them. So yeah, short and sweet. I think Gunther's retaining.
I like that too. So let's keep going right around the horn. We'll go over to Mystic over here.
Just big old men slapping each other. Big meat slapping. Yeah. I'm, first of all, I want to thank you, Triple H, for giving us a triple threat match. We've been asking this for months and months. Gunther's title reign has been magnificent ever since it started. The matches have been phenomenal. His match against Sheamus at Clash of the Castle, phenomenal. I'm glad we're getting this again, including Drew McIntyre, who is far beyond this game. I'm doing it, please, thank you. And then Drew McIntyre had to be added to the mix. He's had a great year. He had a good match with Roman. He was white hot. You know, after Clash kind of died down, but now he's getting to the title scene. And the Intercontinental title is just as important now because the person that's holding it is a dominant wrestler. And I would like to see Gunther retained. And then at some point, I would want a NXT call-up with Ilya Dragunov.
All right. So real quick, before we throw it over to Jamie there, just want to say thank you to Mr. Professor. You guys might know him from TikTok, Nick Harrison, for the follow. Thank you very much. Good to see you, sir. Jamie, what do you think about this match, sir?
My thing about this, also shout out Mr. Professor. Like Phil said, this match is going to be a lot stiffer than Phil when he sees Mae Young on his television screen. But I digress. The thing about this match is when you have the three guys, you got Drew McIntyre, you have Gunther, the ring general, and Sheamus out there slapping and hitting each other as hard as they can. It's going to be really satisfying for fans of hardcore, real wrestling, that European, British hard style, strong style. Let me correct myself. But when you're thinking about it, we're gonna get down the results, and I think it's going to be Sheamus who pins Drew, so you don't really rub off any stink on Gunther, unfortunately. But someone's got to take the pin in it, and Sheamus is going to get his Triple Crown, so his Grand Slam.
There you go.
You mean the
Scarlett, you look like you've been pretty animated for the last about 5 minutes or so. So let's go on to the next match. I'm kidding. Go ahead, Scarlett.
Okay. First of all, we're gonna talk about how my husband is in the match. I don't know who this Caitlyn girl is, but anyways. Obviously I'm going for Drew based off the fact that he has shown immense talent and he hasn't had a big win in a pay-per-view in a little while. And I believe that this is his moment. This is his moment to show that he is the best. I could even say he's the best European wrestler of WWE. I'm just saying. I love him so much. I think he just deserves it. I believe that he is wonderful and magnificent in every single way. I just want to kiss that man on the forehead, I guess. But I love him. He has shown that he is deserving of some type of title, even though I wish it was the WWE title. I wish that he would have won at Clash at the Castle, but we can't always get what we want. But I will be saying that if Drew is the one that takes the pin, I will not be talking to anyone at all. I will leave everybody on open. I don't care. But I know Sheamus deserves that Grand Slam opportunity. I just don't think right now is the best time for him to get that right now. I feel like Gunther has had it long enough. I'm ready for a new champion with the IC championship. So I'm going Drew. 100% because I'm loyal to my husband. Again, don't even bring up the girl Caitlyn because I don't know who that is.
All right, and so I guess that leaves me to finish out real quick.
Don't
We've
forget
got
about me,
three.
sir.
What's
Don't forget
that?
about me there, sir. I'm still part of the show here. I'm just not on camera.
Oh,
today.
you were okay. Well, fine then, Shadow. I'm looking at the screen. All right, Shadow, what do you think?
So, first off, fuck Drew McIntyre. Get him off my screen. Secondly, I am saying this is going to be 3 men slapping meat to every corner of the ring, every inch of that arena, up that stage, down that stage, backstage, in the parking lot. I don't care where this goes, but it's going to be the banger of a match we all anticipate it to be. And that's how you start night 2, with a banger.
In the parking lot?
My prediction,
Why not?
my spoiler, is Sheamus is going to walk out to become the Grand Slam champion.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we've got 3 saying Gunther. We got 2 Sheamuses, and only 1 Drew McIntyre. So I think that it's going to be Gunther. I think Gunther is on too good of a roll right now. I think they're wanting to build him up as this future world champion, a guy who's going to main event WrestleMania, as a guy who's going to win world championships and be one of the cornerstones of this company, along with guys like Austin Theory and guys like Montez Ford. He's going to be one of those top guys, and that's just what it is. And the first way to do that is to keep rebuilding the credibility of the Intercontinental Championship. Yes, Sheamus does deserve a run. Sheamus deserves to win that Grand Slam championship. But what better way to say Gunther's here than having him break a record that has stood for almost 40 years? Like, I think that's a great way to get him more acclimated to the fan base, and I think there's no reason to have Gunther lose his very first WrestleMania match either, if we want to present him as that kind of guy. So give me Gunther, but he's going to pin Drew McIntyre.
Okay. I like it.
With that being said, we got 4 Gunthers, 2 Sheamuses, and we got 1 Drew McIntyre. So why don't we just kind of segue over to what's most likely going to be a filler match early in the show, Brock versus Omos. We're going to go reverse order this time. I'm going to throw it over to Shadow.
Oh. I want it to be Brock because I'm a Brock guy. We all know that. But I think Brock's going to do the thing and put over Omos in this match, and that's all I have to say about it.
Right.
Charlotte, you're up next.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go with Brock because a lot of the Homo sapiens are about to be mad at me. I hope y'all know that. If y'all are an Homo sapien, y'all are about to be mad at me. I don't see it in Omos. He trying not to say the word again tonight. But I just don't see him having talent like everybody else does. He's just a big guy. That's all he has going for him. Brock is an actual athlete with talent and durability and tenacious qualities. I love how he is in the ring. I love how he is in general. I love Brock Lesnar. I was rooting for Brock Lesnar with Brock versus Roman in the SummerSlam. I'm still sticking with Brock right now, and he better bring that tractor because I'm ready.
All right, then. Jamie, what do you think?
Okay, a lot of people, when they see this match, they're thinking, oh, this is Vince McMahon's last hurrah. Honestly, I don't think that to be the case. Omos is the future of this business. And let me tell you something. It is something that even Brock Lesnar sees himself. Just kidding. I'm not gonna go off on this. But the thing is, if Brock didn't want to work with the guy, Brock is the type of guy, he has that kind of pull. He can just say nada. Brock probably wants to work with this guy because Brock sees something in this guy that a lot of people don't see. He's probably been working his butt off. Probably been doing a lot of hard work to get to this point where he's at now. I'm actually really interested to see how this match goes. I don't think it's going to be a barn burner of any sort, but it's going to surprise a lot of people. It's going to be decent. I don't think it's going to be the best. It's not going to get 5 stars, or 7 stars if it's in the Tokyo Dome. But
Right.
I will say it's going to be, for what it is, an entertaining match. And, Brock's going to try to get his stuff in. Omos is going to, come out with the win. I think they're trying to, put over, hey, this is our new giant. This is who we, as in a company, believe in. So that's my thoughts on that.
All right. Mystic, what do you got for us?
What else can I say about this match? This is the dream match we've all wanted. Omos, the Nigerian giant, versus the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. And
I'm gonna act like I'm
the
not.
way they've been having the build up of this match has been absolutely terrible. They're having no offense for Brock Lesnar whatsoever. They're having Brock Lesnar go in as a little bitch and try to make anything possible for him to happen. And Omos is just gonna slap him around the head and just go down for the count. 1, 2, 3, and you're a winner, and the new certified giant, who I hope is not going to get the Great Khali or Big Show treatment. Omos, Homo sapiens, rise.
Cam?
Once again, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. I don't like Brock Lesnar. I don't care about Brock Lesnar. I don't like Omos. I can't stand Omos even more. This is. I hope this ends in a double count out or double knockout. I don't care. I don't know. I don't have a prediction. I don't care. That's all.
All right, Phil. Philip?
All right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what else can I say about this that could still be said? I mean, as we've all seen, we all know, like, Brock, one of the most successful, like wrestlers that's as far as physicality. I mean, like, Brock is a multiple-time world champion, not just in pro wrestling, but even in the octagon. We've seen this guy do stuff that's absolutely incredible. But here's where I draw the butt, though. He's facing an opponent he has never faced before. This man stands at 7'4", weighing in at a whopping 410 pounds. His fist is as big as Brock Lesnar's face, and it might just cave in. Yes, Brock has been able to F5 most people who are probably more like heavier than even he is. But has he been able to F5 something that is still a whopping 410 pounds? And yes, if he does one, Omos might still just kick out. He can keep doing it again and again. He's going to have to do it at least 10 times if he's going to have to submit this Nigerian giant of a man. There is nobody like Omos out there, that at least that I know of. But honestly, I look at everything again. I think Brock sees something in Omos that a lot of us don't see. I just think it's gonna depend on how the match goes and how it's executed. It can be really good or really bad. But at the end, if Brock saw something in Omos that made him turn away Bray Wyatt, I think there's something there. So, and I mean, I don't think Brock is really supposed to return much after WrestleMania anyway, so why not give this match to the Nigerian Giant? I am going with Omos. I am an Homo sapien.
When did that become a thing? Anyways, so I'll round this out.
Homophobic.
It became a thing when Santee decided to make it a thing.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh,
I'm just gonna make mine quick. Brock Lesnar's not losing this match. Period. So why don't we go ahead and scooch over to the Raw Women's Championship match? Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Cam, I know you got a lot to say about this. Why don't you go ahead and start?
So
She's fine. She don't care about
I know a long time ago, me and Skiles kind of got into it because a long time ago he called her the female John Cena or whatever, and I was like, I just don't see it. And he was like, oh well, you're blind if you don't see it and whatever else. And since then, I think it kind of caught on because a lot of people call her the female John Cena or whatever, and I understand it more, I guess now, because she's just kind of been beating each opponent one after the other. So they're booking her like she's unstoppable right now, and that's I think that's a mistake because she's just gotten kind of stale. There's been really no development, or she hasn't really evolved since then. But I don't mind Bianca Belair. I think she's immensely talented. Obviously, she's super athletic in the ring, and she's super entertaining to watch. It's just her character work is not the greatest right now, and I think that she could do more. But I think her title reign has come to an end. I think she's done all she can for that championship, and I think it's time for somebody new to take over. So the run that Asuka is on right now, I think, is exactly what she needed. She has not been the same ever since she lost to Charlotte a couple WrestleManias ago and ended her streak. So this is exactly what Asuka needed. So she needed like a reinvention, if you will, of her character. So I'm glad that she's back to looking like Asuka that we remember her as when she first got called up from NXT. I don't see Asuka losing this match. Obviously, it would just be kind of pointless to book her so strongly and make her look really, really good going into this feud, and then just have basically extinguish her comeuppance, if you will, or her new found perspective, I guess you say, in the women's division. So it just doesn't make any sense to do that to Asuka, because I don't see her character surviving this. She was lucky to survive what happened to her when she lost to Charlotte Flair. So she loses to Bianca. I don't know what else they could do. I don't think they could save Asuka again. So Asuka 100% needs to win this match. I think it'll be a decent match. I don't think it'll be, again, 5 stars or 7 stars. But I think it'll be an okay match. But I got to go with Asuka on this.
All right. So I think you and I actually have a lot of the same ideas about this match, except for one. Think about the last 2 WrestleManias that Bianca Belair has wrestled in. She's had one of the best 2 matches on the card both times. I don't think that changes here. I bet Bianca and Asuka tear the house down. And maybe it won't outshine a match like Gunther, Drew, and Sheamus, but it's probably going to be one of the top 3 matches on the card for the entire 2 nights. I do think Asuka is going to win, but I do think it's going to be a legitimate classic match because Bianca does that every time there's a big stage. Every time. I do think it's time for her title reign to end, so Asuka should win this.
I didn't even think of that, but because I guess I only said that because I'm just not sure of their chemistry yet in the ring together, one-on-one.
Right.
So but I definitely can see them having a really great match. Like I said, I can't really doubt Asuka's ability to Because when she gets into a match that she really cares about, especially, she puts on bangers. So I can't Asuka's ability to put on good matches.
Right. So we got 2 for Asuka. Jamie, what you got for us?
Hey, no one's ready for Asuka. I think the match is going to be fantastic. It's going to definitely be a barn burner. It's going to be one of the best matches of the night. But in the end, the Bianca Belair title run has reached its course. It's been a good reign. Just it's going to come to a screeching halt at the hands of Asuka.
Quick and easy then, huh? Missed
Title
it.
check-
Just
Title
like your
check tape.
mother.
I'm not going to take anything away from Bianca. Bianca's phenomenal, but her title reign after SummerSlam has been very stale. Her feud with Bailey was not really that good. Didn't live up to his expectation of what it was going to be. Whole damage control situation, it's still not good. And Asuka bringing back, something old, but having a new twist on it, and Asuka having her ability to put on a great match, and Bianca too, and especially at WrestleMania. It's gonna be an amazing match, and I can't wait for it. But Bianca ain't gonna be ready for Asuka.
All right. Well, let's keep this going here.
Alrighty. Well, looking at this match, I definitely see two very strong female competitors. We've seen almost right when you feel like you think you've seen enough of Asuka, somehow she shows you that there is much more. I just feel like every time we feel like we know what's happening with Asuka, we get more from her. We all know that Asuka. I mean, back when she was known as Kana and was in Japan, she was a big name there. She made her way as Kana in Japan all the way as Asuka to NXT in the US. And oh my goodness, we gave her one of the greatest moments of her career with with basically a very long undefeated streak that lasted all the way through her career to her winning the NXT women's title and then vacating that to go to the main roster where it just kept going and going. Like it just showed everything that we thought we knew. It kept changing. Nobody, I mean, to be quoting the said Empress, nobody is ready. I know, right? It just sped through. We got to the first ever women's Royal Rumble. She won it along with her fellow kinsman in Shinsuke Nakamura. I still say 2018 was one of the greatest Rumbles for both the men and the women. For those who disagree with me, suck it. Anyway, yeah, she ended up losing at WrestleMania 34. It was a very big it seemed like a very low spot. I honestly thought she should have won, just like I think a lot of other people have too. But she still showed us that she was still great. She went on to win 2 SmackDown Women's Championships and 1 Raw Women's Championship. Surprisingly enough, one of them just happened to be Rhea Ripley on night 1. But going on from that, she's just been nothing but phenomenal.
So you have Asuka winning this one?
I do have Asuka winning, but I still give a lot of credit to Bianca Belair and everything she's done.
Fair enough.
Like, I think the first real time we got to experience what we were going to get from her moving forward was the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble. At that moment when she won, she took Rhea Ripley out and ended up winning. That moment at WrestleMania where she took on Sasha Banks and joined Sasha in being the two first women of color to main event a WrestleMania. I know it was just one night, but it still spoke volumes to a lot of people. I thought it was honestly a very great moment and another turning point in her career. But
I
then
definitely feel you there.
She did not let that stop her, though. She got the Raw Women's Championship then at WrestleMania 38, another great match. And now we're at WrestleMania 39. She's held this for almost a freaking year. And I know, like, the whole John Cena thing is coming up. She's the John Cena of the women's division. We're just showing that Bianca Belair, even though there's just massive scrutiny behind her, she is a fighter. She is a pioneer, and like she's really helped show that there is a lot of greatness within the women's division. I still see Asuka winning, but Bianca is not forgotten.
Scarlett,
Absolutely.
what do you think about this?
Better not be the one.
So I was gonna be the one that says, Bianca, until y'all changed my mind just now. Y'all made good points, and I can't deny Asuka's performance in the ring. I can't deny that she is crazy. She has a great personality. I wanted to give it to Bianca because I still think she deserves it based off of her athleticism and everything that she has done for the women's division. I still think that she still deserves it and she can do better. But y'all made an interesting point saying that it's already over and done with based off the fact that she doesn't have good feuds or any good things. I think she needs to work on building feuds more and building things up better to get back up to where she is now. So I'm gonna have to go with Asuka as well, even though I was for Bianca Belair at first. Y'all made compelling arguments, and y'all know that I am very stern with how I feel, and I am very, very strong and opinionated.
No
But
one ever said that. What are you talking about?
just be happy that y'all changed my mind for the first time in the entire world. And I am on Team Asuka because I think she deserves it, and Bianca needs a little bit of extra work on developing feuds.
All right. So who does that leave to talk still? Who we got?
Well, that would be me, of course. The man not on the screen tonight. But
Thank God.
I don't get bent. Anyways, I don't care for this feud, just like WWE hasn't cared for this feud in the last month and a half. Like,
Yeah.
why should I care about it if they're not going to care about it?
Can we even call it a feud?
I don't think so. They made Asuka look like a joke a couple weeks back. I mean, it doesn't show anything to me, man. I don't care. I just think Asuka's going to win, and there's no real reason for it. Yeah, okay, long-term story. Okay, I get it. But no one cares right now.
Pretty much.
So
She hits that miss.
Asuka for the win, I guess. I don't know. Don't care.
All right. Is that everybody then?
Prince also said Asuka's winning.
Gotcha. All right. So I feel like it seems pretty unanimous that we got Asuka winning. So let's go on to the last match that doesn't really seem to matter before we get on to the last two matches. Let's take on this women's showcase match.
Can I start?
We
I'm
got
gonna
Liv
start.
Morgan. We got Raquel Rodriguez teaming up against Natty and Shotzi, against Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, against
right.
Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green.
I'm going to start this. I'm going to make it very simple and to the point. Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, match over. No one cares. Biz break.
Does anyone disagree with this?
No. Let's get on with it.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
all right, Cam.
Yeah.
I'll listen. Cam, you have the floor.
I like Ronda and Ronda and Shayna as a tag team. However, the only reason I like them as a tag team is because it keeps Ronda away from far away from the women's division, with her being a singles wrestler. So I don't mind it. I like it. Great, whatever, blah, blah. Don't care for this match or whatever, but I disagree with them winning this match. I'm rooting for my girl, Shotzi. I don't care for Natalya, but
just like her heart-shaped nipples.
I'm rooting for my girl, Shotzi, because, like I said, she has been done dirty for so long, and I think, she might not be, I've said this on the pod before, she might not be the, most, the best, or she might not hit the cleanest or most crisp moves or whatever, but the match she had against Ronda proved one thing to me. Number one, she proved that she belonged there. She went out and just showed me, and she went out and she carried that match easily. She carried Ronda throughout that entire match. I mean, she's diving off the barricade. She's diving outside the ring. Like, she goes out there and gives it her all. She goes out there and she works her ass off, and she's not. It's like I don't know if the company just doesn't see anything in her, or they're just overlooking her. I don't know, but I think she should be given better opportunities to at least showcase what she is capable of doing. So this showcase should all be about Shotzi and Natalya. Period.
All
So
right.
I got Shotzi and Natalya.
Shotzi and not Natalya. I'm okay with that. Anyways, does anyone else have anything to say besides Ronda and Shayna winning? We got Scarlett, all right?
I don't see Ronda and Shayna winning based off the fact that if y'all saw what was going on, it was somebody, I don't remember who said it. Somebody said that Shayna was riding the coattail of Ronda, and Shayna got into the face of Ronda. So I see this tag team match as Shayna finally turning on Ronda, and I need that to happen. Ronda or Shayna turning on each other, because I see Shayna as one of the top wrestlers in the entire division. I love Shayna to pieces. My dream tag team is Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley. I'm gonna say that right off the bat right now. I see this not lasting long as a tag team at all, because it makes no sense. Literally, Ronda does nothing but copy Shayna and then take all of the credit based off of her name and who she is. I do not want them
Hold
winning.
on. What?
That's how I feel. And that's not changing.
I'm sorry, but your opinion is wrong.
No, opinions are not wrong. Only facts.
How can you say
Facts don't care
she's
about feelings.
how can you say a UFC Hall of Famer is copying a UFC fighter or a mixed martial arts fighter? Like, I don't understand your reasoning here.
I mean, if you can't tell, she wins all of her matches. Well, most of them at least by submission, just like Shayna does.
Okay, but
That's what
Ronda
they wanted to
Rousey
do.
is 100% better than Shayna Baszler in every possible way.
No.
Yeah.
Ronda
She is
was
literally-
also there first.
She's also literally one of the baddest women on the planet. If you actually put her into a fight, she's going to kick anybody's ass on that roster. Anybody.
Whoa, hold on. You said Ronda's better than Shayna?
You?
Wait a minute.
She's been
Ronda
on the
is
main
not
roster
better than
longer
Shayna.
than Shayna.
Ronda is not better than Shayna by any means of the word. This is my opinion.
No, not at all.
I'm willing to put everything that's in my wallet on Ronda beating Shayna in a real fight.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I
No.
will say that I am agreeing with Cam when I say that Shotzi deserves the 100% credit that she deserves. She is athletic. She is nothing but the best in the ring, and she shows that with her incredible talent. with everything that she has done. I think that this deserves to go to Shotzi, but I think that WWE will give this to either Raquel and Liv, or they will give it to Shayna and Ronda, but I won't be happy. I won't be happy at all.
Just for the
You know, we
record,
could
just for the record, I'm not stating that Shayna hasn't earned her spot. I'm just literally saying that Rousey is better.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. Shayna's
Does anyone
better.
else have anything to say about this match that isn't about how good Ronda and Shayna are compared to each other?
No,
The only
this
thing
is
I'm gonna
wasting time to
say-
talk about.
I'm not wasting time, brother. Okay, the wasting time is to talk about who's gonna win or beat each other's ass in a shoot fight. The matter of fact is
Ronda's terrible.
when you have a mainstream megastar like Ronda Rousey, you want that exposure every week on your TV and to have some sort of significance with her. So when you put a title on her, no matter what the title is, that shows that there's significance on that roster, and you're gonna have her pop up on your television screen wearing gold every week. That's gonna bring people in, no matter who likes it or not. And it's also gonna elevate Shayna because without that title, what has Shayna been doing? Nothing. So when you're looking at that, it's gonna be good for Shayna Baszler, even though you guys are saying, "Oh, but Ronda's holding her down," blah blah blah. Who gives a damn? Because at the end of the day, she's wearing gold, she's getting paid, she's on TV every week. Let's go to the next match. Moving on.
Fair enough.
Natasha,
I think that brings us to probably the two most anticipated matches on the second night of this card. So let's start with the first one, what seems to be the return of the Demon from what we're gathering, especially with that cool-ass backstage promo that Edge and Finn have given the last couple weeks. I think this is where Edge finally ends this feud. Thank God. And I think Finn Balor and Edge put on an absolute barn burner. It's not going to be a 5-star match. It's not going to be, Brett versus Owen or Michaels versus Austin or anything like that. It's not going to be that. It's going to be an absolute brawl. It's going to be a war. And Finn Balor is going to win this match, put this feud to bed. Bringers off, thank you. And we get to see Finn Balor come back up to the upper echelon where he belongs. Also, I did say thank God. It's an expression, you muppet. God, continue. All right. Let's see. Phil, why don't you go next?
Word of the day is Muppet. Phil dripping. It's your go.
Okay. So this one, So yeah, definitely Edge and Finn Balor, Hell in a Cell, absolutely very anticipated. Very this, honestly, I don't know what else to say than they are treating Hell in a Cell the way that Hell in a Cell should be treated. Because first of all, let us thank the wrestling gods and just WWE management in general for getting rid of that disgusting red cell and giving us what we needed in just the regular cell that we all know and love. That's the first thing I'm happy about. Second thing, this thing between Edge and the Judgment Day, it's been going on for way too long. It's been a very, very long feud, obviously, but this is why we have Hell in a Cell. The most intense feuds, the most, I don't know, the most agonizing, the one that has taken so much blood, sweat, and tears. It all boils down to one way to end it, and that is inside Hell in a Cell. I mean, what else is there to say? Edge is really laying the gauntlet down for Finn. Edge has been in so many Hell in a Cells. He's been baptized inside the cell by none other than the Phenom known as The Undertaker. He's had so many great matches inside of there. Most recent one being with Seth Rollins. The Seth Rollins Edge feud with the Hell in a Cell ending of that feud at Crown Jewel. Delicious. Delicious. Like, and now that, yes, the Demon is coming back after basically after about 2.5 years after that humiliating loss to Roman Reigns, because what the hell were they thinking in having him lose in such a way? But moving on from that, I'm just hoping we are going to see the Demon in black and purple, obviously for Judgment Day colors, but also because knowing that Finn himself is a big Venom fan, and he's kind of sported the look in the Bullet Club on New Japan. I just want to see him as the black and purple Demon, just for the nostalgia effect of it, and if I'm going for the win, it has to go to Finn. I feel like Edge has had I think Edge has he's had his great moments. That is undeniable. Edge had his great moments in this feud, but it's time for it to end with the Judgment Day rising by Balor taking this win. He deserves it.
Mystic, you seem excited. What do you got?
So, the other day, when the WrestleMania Superstore went live, everyone was getting their shirts. There was a shirt that's advertised with Demon, Finn Balor, and Edge. And for Finn Balor, he had the black and purple. So that's 99.9999% confirms that we're getting purple and black Demon Finn Balor, which is amazing. I can't wait to see it. The entrance is going to be fucking amazing. And hot take, maybe for some people, but I prefer Finn Balor's theme now than his previous one.
Oh, yeah, it's really a hot take at this point.
In this feud, going on for too long, but I feel like this is the appropriate time to fully end it.
Would you say it's the proper blow off?
Wow.
Yeah, the proper time. The good time to end it and then have Edge move on to something else. And because this is most likely going to be his last year ever.
We're gonna
Very,
miss
very
him.
fair. Yeah, we are. Shadow, why don't you blow us off some more?
Yeah. So, but going into this, I obviously want to hear for the hometown boy. Good old Canadian boy there, eh? But I think this is going to be an absolutely brutal match. It's going to go at least 25-30 minutes, and it's going to be nonstop aggression, brutality. It's going to be what Hell in a Cell is always meant to be, and that is to end a feud. Again, like I said, I want Edge to win, but I think he's going to do the right thing, and he's going to put over Balor like legends and people of his stature should be doing.
Fair enough. Scarlett, what you got for us?
I obviously have Finn. I think that Judgment Day sweeps WrestleMania with all the W's. WWW literally everywhere. Finn, Rhea, Dom Dom, everything. It's all purple everything instead of all red everything like freaking
Eva Marie.
But I am on Finn's side because Finn took over the Judgment Day, and he's doing a very well with the Judgment Day, knowing that they don't need Edge, and the severe brutality and force that they have all like put on Edge. Like Edge just needs to like throw in the gauntlet and be like, okay, yeah, I'm done. I'll take the pin. I'm done. I'm done with this Judgment Day feud. I'm done with everything. I'm done and accept defeat because he like Demon Finn Balor is very, very, very talented. Even Finn Balor is talented even by himself without the demon in him. But he is great in the ring and he deserves this extra push, especially since he hasn't been getting that extra push, especially after losing to Roman. And God over here saving the match. I believe 100% in this being Finn's match and also Judgment Day's WrestleMania.
All right. I think we got a lot of people thinking that Finn is going to be the guy to win. Cam.
So I've been waiting on this match. I broke out the old notes from one of the past Friday nights that me and Skiles did this week in pro wrestling. You know, I like how a lot of people on the part of this panel right now are on the same wavelength. And they pretty much, are thinking what I'm thinking and say it before I even say it. So I like that. I like how we're on the same page and, working like a well-oiled machine here on off the top. But I broke out the old notes because I want to refer back. I mean, even Phil already said it already, but in Edge's promo that he made on, I believe it was Raw, he had like this dark and eerie kind of promo, and he had said that he has been baptized by the dead man himself inside Hell in a Cell. I like that. I like how he said that, and it was a good callback to that classic Hell in a Cell match that him and Undertaker had all those years ago. I will have to disagree with Nate a little bit, just because I feel like this will probably be a barn burner between these two men. Shadow had said it earlier, and I totally agree with Shadow. I think this will be 20, 25 minutes, probably even 30 minutes long. You're going to see an absolute war. These two are going to go to war, and I think it's going to be a great match. You could probably, who knows what we're going to see in this match. You could see them fighting on top of the cell. I'm not sure if you're going to see somebody get tossed off. I don't know. They're going to go that far, but yeah, it's going to be a great match. And it's going to be absolutely brutal. I think, I of course I like the Demon coming back. This could possibly be the last time we see the Demon, or at least for a while. Now, as far as who needs to win, a lot of people on this part of this panel right now have said that Finn Balor needs to be the one to win this match, and I agree with that, but I feel like Edge needs to win a little bit more. So I think I'm going to go with Edge, and I'm going with Edge solely because I feel like he has been billed as the I don't even know how to, like, I guess like the slayer of like the Judgment Day. They turned on him, and they've given him that purpose to stop the Judgment Day. So I think it's his story to stamp an exclamation point on this ending, and I think it's a perfect send off to send Edge off into the sunset, because this will more than likely be his last WrestleMania. So I'm going with Edge to win this match.
All right. And I think really the only thing that... Hold on. What's up?
Cam, would you say he's the executioner of Judgment Day?
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that.
And I do feel like I want to clarify a little bit. I did say it would be a barn burner. I just said it's not going to be like a technical masterpiece.
Yeah,
like,
true.
That was what I was kind of getting at. Jamie, I think you're the only one who hasn't talked on this match yet.
Yeah, not much to say. Finn Balor, not Phil. Sorry, Phil. Anyways, Finn Balor's going to win this match. Phil Balor, gosh. Anyways,
don't get me started.
I'm thinking, Edge won with Beth at Elimination Chamber, which was a great match. Finn's gonna get his win back and hopefully get started on some momentum for Finn. Hasn't really. Finn's been kind of stale for a little bit. Not nothing of his own doing, just kind of with everything going on with Dom and then Rhea being in the spotlight, kind of leaves Finn and Damien kind of to the backside. Damien, sorry, but yeah, that's Finn. I think Finn needs to win. The thing with Edge, he's already solidified. So Edge doesn't need it as much as Finn, absolutely. So, that's what I got.
I think everybody's got Finn except for Cam. What's up, Mystic?
So
He's frozen. He froze, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Oh, he gone. Well,
okay, I got kicked out. Cool. Okay, as I was saying, sorry. As I was saying, they made a mistake with this when Finn Balor joined Judgment Day. They should have kept it going with Edge for a little bit, so this whole feud doesn't feel like a whole eternity like it has been.
Right.
They could at least stick it out for maybe 2 months, maybe 3, and then start dropping the seeds of, Judgment Day not really needing Edge because Edge is, he's getting old, he's out of it, it's not his time anymore. They should have kept him in for a long time before they dropped him.
Well, the thing about that is when
It was-
eventually they kicked Edge out. The thing about that was when Vince was still booking the damn show,
No.
and-
So, okay.
Cody got
That-
hurt and had to rush it.
Cody Rhodes got hurt and Raw needed a top babyface. That's what happened. And Edge is a guy who's not going to get booed in the first place anyways. But the thing is, yeah, this feud went on way too long. I agree with that. But their hands were kind of tied when Cody decided to pop his tit. So,
Pop
Wow.
a titty on the table,
Wow.
but yeah. So we got everyone for Finn except Cam. Cam says Edge.
Pretty
So
much, yeah.
before we dive into the main
I got-
event,
I got one more thing to say about this.
yes.
Everybody's complaining. Well, not complaining, but complaining, I guess, is just the word because I can't think of one at the moment. But if you think about this, the way they built this feud is kind of like Dante's Inferno with the 7 layers of hell. And then it's accumulating at WrestleMania.
That's fascinating.
that's
Yeah.
tenacious.
Okay, so before we dive into the main event, what I would kind of like to see or ask you guys is, do we see, because there's only 6 matches on the night 2 as opposed to 7 on night 1? Yeah, we'll probably see some matches go a little long, but do we see any kind of segments on either night, for that matter, that aren't scheduled as of right now? Like, do we get a Bobby Lashley or LA Knight appearance? Do we get an appearance from somebody else who's not necessarily scheduled right now? Maybe there's a Stone Cold or a Randy Orton or something like that. Does
Let me
anyone
just-
have any thoughts on that? I saw
let me
Scarlett's
just-
hand go up first. But what's up?
Okay, so I would just
Okay.
like to say that first of all, LA Knight has made it known you cannot have an LA WrestleMania without LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah, tenacious.
And I feel as though somehow, some way, they need to make the what/yeah thing happen. And I feel like Miz is gonna cause a feud to start with somebody somehow that
Fair.
day. I
Okay.
feel as though, as host, he feels like he loves the fact that he's host. I know that he's been promoting it and everything like that, but I feel as though he is kind of a little bit upset, as his character, obviously, but
So
that he doesn't have a match. I feel like he's gonna start a feud somehow, some way with someone. I don't know who, but he's gonna start some shit, and
So you
it's gonna pop off.
So you're thinking that they're going to do the Rock angle again, where the host interrupts and does something to cause an angle?
Possibly.
Okay, let me burst the IWC's bubble right now. I love Bray. He's not going to be showing up on WrestleMania 1 or 2. Simple.
I agree. I don't think Bray is going to be back for a while. I think he's got some stuff going on.
Cam's look when I said that, like, whoa, but I don't feel like it's appropriate. I just don't.
Right. I do believe we see an LA Knight appearance. I don't know if a Stone Cold appearance is going to happen, but I do think we get an LA Knight appearance of some kind. I also think if Randy Orton is healthy, I believe we don't see him until Monday night. I think that would be the best time to bring him back after everything's over. He won't overshadow anything that happens on WrestleMania. Randy Orton coming back will overshadow a lot of things. That's how big of a star he is.
We still need Matt Riddle versus Orton at Mania. Please.
Right, and I don't think that's going to happen this year, obviously, but I do think that will happen eventually. I think if Stone Cold, I was going to say, I think if Stone Cold appears, I think he's going to interact with The Miz.
What?
Yeah.
I got master balls. What?
So,
Ladies and gentlemen,
yes.
children of all ages, it is time for the main event.
yes.
Well, it looks like there's been enough talk.
All right. So, Mystic is wearing a John Cena shirt, so he doesn't get to talk about this match at all. So, let's get...
He gone.
Jamie, why don't you start us off, man? We got Roman Reigns versus the Royal Rumble winner of 2023, Cody Rhodes. Finish the story. What's up, Jamie?
Well, the story ain't being finished because this night, you know, you had night one for the feel-good story, you know, sending the crowd home happy because we're going to make the crowd mad night two.
The people are
Roman Reigns and the Bloodline are going to... Is that a bib? Anyways, the Bloodline is going to get the ones raised at the end of the night. You know, Cody Rhodes, I believe, is the guy to eventually take the titles off. I just don't think now's the time. Roman's approaching that 1,000 day mark. Me and Scouts talked about it on Paying Dues Monday night. We think, you know, let him pass.
1,000 days.
Pedro, yeah. Let him pass 1,000 days, maybe even pass Pedro. Get into one of these pay-per-views and then eventually drop the title. There's still a lot more substance within this Bloodline story anyways, and it's going to start really crackling down night one when the Bloodline, with Jay and Jimmy losing the titles to Sami and KO, there's still a lot more in this story that the WWE can milk out, and I believe that it's in their best interest to do it. Cody, he's the guy. You know, he's going to be the guy that they're going to want to build at least the next 4 or 5 years around after Roman eventually, you know, takes off. But I really don't believe now is the time. I think you still got a lot of meat left in that story with the Bloodline, and have Cody also build his way up into actually, I say deserving, because he's always been deserving, but still give him more of a build to the title. Because you could also say, sorry I'm going a little long, but Cody, you know, go be like, they took the same title they took from my daddy at the Garden. What if they take it from him in LA? You know, there's different ways they could pull off this story. I going with Roman. I have a weird feeling going Roman.
Okay. I'm gonna go off of that real quick so the rest of you guys can get yours in. I think this is the hardest match of the show to predict. Personally, I think it's been really, really difficult to kind of pin down who could actually win this match because you can make cases for both. I do believe, though, that this is where Roman Reigns loses his title. Cody Rhodes ends the show, confetti going everywhere. And honestly, I would not be surprised if Roman Reigns won, though. That's the thing. That's how 50-50 this match seems to be for me. I just think after all the build they've been giving Cody Rhodes and the video package that we saw tonight, I don't think there's any way Cody Rhodes loses. However, if they pulled that swerve on us, I wouldn't be surprised. So, why don't we throw it over to Scarlett over there?
I was not expecting this. But I really don't know what to think of this match because I see Jamie's side of the whole 1,000 day ordeal and how they probably want him to be set over Pedro and set in stone, everything like that. I also see the side of Nate where you can't imagine a world with Cody losing because they've built him up so much. Everyone after Rumble was literally making a Rumble talking about, oh my God, Cody's going to do it, Cody's going to do it, Cody's going to do it, until the 1,000-day reign was brought up. I really do not know what they're going to do because I don't see WWE being able to pull off another close to 1,000-day reign for a very long time. So it could go either way. And my prediction is that I have no prediction because I sincerely do not know. I've been confused about this 100%. So whoever wins, I don't have a point deducted. So I'm in the clear on this one. I don't know.
Actually, if you don't make a prediction, it's still a loss.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I see you're thinking hard, Phil. What you got for us?
Well, oh boy. Again, this one is so hard to predict.
That's what she said.
I did say that.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, Phil. Continue.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, but yeah, but like, it's tough. It really is tough. I see both sides. I see both sides of this coin. Like I see the reasoning why people want to push Roman Reigns to go over 1,000 days as the Universal Champion. But yet I see all the other reasons why Cody Rhodes should have have the dream come true. Finish the road, complete the story that he was so destined to achieve. Yes, he's not able to put the titles in the hands of his father. The great American dream, Dusty Rhodes, baby.
I mean, he could, but it'd be pretty messed up.
Christ.
It will be rather messed up.
Could
But
use
let me
that
tell
skill
you,
that Roman
either
Reigns is going
way,
to use.
the great Dusty. Either way, the great Dusty Rhodes is looking down from up there, and he is very proud in his son. He's very proud, seeing that his son is in the main event for one of the first times in his life in the WWE, and oh boy, he's gonna get funky like a monkey if I do say so myself. But in this case, though, I want Cody to do this. Cody, do it for Dusty, do it for Dustin, do it for the family.
Do it for The Rock.
I did this for The Rock. I did this for the people.
I mean, I don't know if he was.
Shut your mouth, the thong wearing fatty.
Yeah, exactly. Shut your mouth, you thong wearing fatty.
Bring it home, John B.
But yeah, come on now, But yeah, if I'm gonna go back to all seriousness, I am rooting for Cody with all my heart. I love a good I just love that story of somebody defying all the odds and winning the hard fight. I am ready to see Cody Rhodes as a world champion. And I see him putting on many other great title defenses. Like a dream one for me is seeing him versus Drew at Money in the Bank. I know for some it may sound crazy, but like, just work with me here, please. But I see Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed title against so many great people that will have great opportunities. Like I said, Drew, one of them. Seth would be him and Seth would be great. Him and Theory could be great. There are so many possible matches I could see where Cody is defending that title, and I think they would be absolute bangers. So yes, give me Cody Rhodes as the new undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world, of the universe.
All right.
Rhodes.
Mystic, I'll let you talk.
Hold up. Do I need to have this in the frame?
No,
So Roman's winning.
Here.
No. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. This is something that is very hard to predict on. Very fucking hard. There's the Rhodes legacy of being a world champion, and then there's the 1,000 days that, quite frankly, we are never ever gonna fucking see for a long time. And as long as someone has that the it, you can't even say it because you are it. Whatever the fucking saying was that he said the other week. I would prefer Roman winning. Now. Every single fucking time Roman defended the title, I want him to lose badly. But this one, I want Roman to win, but the thing is, at the same time, I don't really care who wins. I feel like it's a win-win, no matter what. We get a new champion, new competitors, but Roman winning.
You see history.
Record-breaking. And this could set up Jey Uso going for Roman again at SummerSlam.
I do want to see that.
Yeah, if I could, I mean, like, even though I'm Cody versus Jey, that could be a banger too.
I would rather see Roman and Jey than having Cody Rhodes going against someone else for the title.
Fair.
Period.
Fair.
All right. Jamie, I'm going to put you on the spot because you're munching on some food. Your turn.
I already went, brother. I was the first to go.
Yeah, Jamie
you
went
already
already.
went? Oh, all right, Cam.
Taste the rainbows, Skittles.
Taste the rain.
So, I don't care about the 1,000 days reign. I everybody keeps saying that, and I don't think that is the most important thing in this storyline right now. Because in a 1,000-day reign, like, in just saying that is saying in a 1,000-day reign, I get it, you're making history, whatever, but I don't think that it weighs more than the fantastic story that they've been telling this entire time. I just don't. I think the direction they're going with Cody right now is they're literally giving him the keys. They're giving him that push of, okay, we're going with you as the guy for however long, for right now. So I think this is his story to end. I think he is the guy that will bring down the bloodline. I think he should be the guy to end Roman's reign. Like I said again, 1,000 days is not going. It's not. Even if you do say, even if they do go with Roman beating Cody, I think it's the wrong move, because then it's like, who's left? I've heard people say, "Oh, Seth Rollins is left." Yeah, we saw that though. I don't want to see them go back and do stuff they've already done. You know, then it's like then I always hear this Jey Uso thing, and it's like we only got Jey Uso because of the pandemic and because Jimmy was hurt. That was the only reason why we got Jey. I don't see them going back to Jey in a singles role. I don't.
Didn't we only get that match because Jimmy got a DUI?
No, Jimmy was
actually hurt. He had like a ruptured bicep or something. He was gone for like 9 months.
But I think he did get a DUI in that time of injury, yes. But anyways, continue. Sorry.
It's an Uso. Like it might as well be a Hardy Boy.
Sorry, Cam. Sorry.
No, you're good. But that's the only reason why we got Jimmy. So I don't see them going back to, you know, quote unquote main event Jey. I just don't see it happening. I mean, who knows? Maybe things change. I don't know. Maybe they break up the Usos. Maybe Jimmy turns on Jey. I don't know. But I do agree with Scarlett and just opting out in a prediction because we don't know. I don't know. It's hard to predict this one because they can't go with Roman and just say we're just going to have him break 1,000 days. But I think it's the wrong move because they have built Cody so strong.
Right.
So I'm going with
I will throw one thing out there. I do agree with you that Jey Uso was just kind of thrown into that feud because there was nothing really for him to do because Jimmy was gone. But I will also say this. He fucking thrived.
He did.
Jey Uso is a legitimate main event caliber talent. So, and a lot of the times, that's what happens. It's that there's circumstances that bring someone to the main event. Daniel Bryan never supposed to be in the main event, but fans were so behind him, forced their hand. Jey Uso, we're in the middle of a pandemic. There's no fans. Let's try some shit. See what happens. And he fucking shined. So I do agree with you. Had Jimmy not been hurt, that probably wouldn't have happened.
Right.
I feel like that story isn't finished with Jey and Roman.
I don't think it is, but I don't think it's going to end up with the title on the line.
Maybe.
But anyways, we can send this off to our last predictor for this, our podcast daddy himself, Shadow.
Well, I'm a little shocked for the 6 of you, excuse me. When I'm done, I'm throwing it to Scals because I want his opinion on this match.
I agree.
Everybody, I don't have much to say that everybody hasn't already. But I will say this, and yes, I'm throwing this to AEW a little bit, but this match has potential to be a banger of a match that Brody Lee versus Cody was in that dog collar match.
Wow.
The story that those two wrote, I feel like that's what Roman and Cody are going to do tomorrow night. Yes, Kay, you can go, there's no feud. There's only a month build. They're both wrestlers that can write a story within that ring. They don't need the build as much as everybody else because they can write it in the ring.
Right.
I want to see the 1,000 days because, I mean, it'd be cool. And by Tuesday, we'll be sitting at 950 if he wins. On the other hand, I'd like to see the reign of terror come to an end.
I see what you did there.
So I'm very much torn, and I love that. I love what Cody's doing since he came back. As much as I was super annoyed with horse teeth, I mean Roman Reigns when he came back, he has done well in the company.
Huge bars of soap you call for teeth.
Right. But at the end of the day, my heart tells me Cody, but my creativeness tells me we got to push this 1,000 days. So if I'm picking winner, I'm going with the heart and saying Cody.
Okay.
One other thing. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. No, one other thing that I want to add that I forgot to mention was people also talk about, like, you know, even if Roman wins, then you could have a rematch at like Backlash or whatever, and then have Roman drop the titles then. I don't like that either because, like I said again, Backlash is not a pay-per-view that's more important than WrestleMania. WrestleMania is their end-all, be-all.
It's also not past 1,000 days. Excuse me.
Right.
And you have every feud that you have throughout, you know, the spring, the summer, the fall, winter. they all culminate at WrestleMania, and then those feuds end, and then you have those superstars go on to something else. So
Right.
if you're gonna have it happen at WrestleMania. Not Backlash, not Money in the Bank, not SummerSlam, WrestleMania. So
No.
Nate, your final thought before we throw it to scales?
So I do. Before we throw out the scales, I'd just say, if Roman does win this match, what do we do with Cody? What does Cody do next? He's
That's what
here
I'm
to
saying.
finish the story, but like,
Well, you
this
said
is
that
the only story.
you had mentioned that if you're gonna save Randy for Raw, you could have him and Randy rebuild legacy and bring in a new person on Ted's spot, like an Austin Theory or a Braun Breaker.
I don't hate that idea, but at the same time, that seems really thrown together.
Yeah, well,
And Cody Rhodes isn't just going to let this go.
no, but that's just, I don't know. It can go either way, right?
Right.
I went live for SmackDown, and somebody in the comments had said that they would have Jay White it cost Cody Rhodes the match with him and Roman, and I said I didn't like that because again you're just throwing Jay White into a storyline or into a mix that has nothing to do with him, and more than likely half of that crowd is not even going to know who the heck Jay White even is. Give us an introduction to Jay White first.
I mean this in the most respectful way possible to Jay White, because I do like Jay White. I like Jay White a lot. He doesn't deserve that.
No.
He has not earned that. He has nothing to earn
All right.
a spot in a championship match at WrestleMania, even if it's to interfere.
No.
Boys,
Nothing.
let me
him
pause,
get
y'all.
over with
Hang on,
the-
Jamie. Let me pause, y'all. Let's Scal see what he has to say about this, and we'll have a little discussion more once the final prediction is made.
There you go. So after listening to everybody speak, there's little tidbits from each and every one of you that I'm going to say. So, Cam, you were saying that you think there's no story with Jey Uso, and like there's nothing to finish there. In regards to that, Roman forced Jey into the bloodline by beating up his brother as he was injured in their match. So Jey was originally forced into it. I think that he still has a way to get involved with that. I know you say it shouldn't be for the title, but here's the thing. These titles need to be split. If this match on Sunday night was just for the WWE Championship, Cody's winning 100%.
Right.
But because it's for both, I don't think he's winning at all because of that 1,000-day reign. And I think what they'll do is... Because you got to remember, Roman still has not been pinned since December of 2019. So it is 3.5 years. 3 years, 4 months that he has not been pinned. The person... I said this last year, that the first person to pin Roman Reigns should be Braun Breaker when he gets called up this year and then wrestles him next year at WrestleMania. That's what I said. Because you want to have it used for a young star to catapult them into the superstardom to help build your brand for years to come. Cody doesn't need that notoriety of being the first person to pin Roman in that time frame. I think it would benefit Jey more than it would Cody. But Cody's going to have to get the belt first. So it's a weird situation they put themselves into. They need to find a way to get that belt off of Roman to make Cody be able to go for it. So, yes, it's a very tough decision as to who to predict for this. But I'm going to have to go with Roman Reigns. Just because I don't think they're gonna do it with the streak. I think that's very important to them with as long as they've done it, because I forget who else. I don't remember who said it, but you're never gonna see another streak like this with a world title picture in WWE.
So, going off that thought, now we can discuss some theories and whatnot. But this might be a far out of left field kind of scenario and way too overbooked in my opinion, but it's just off the top of my head. What if both men's shoulders are down on the mat? 1, 2, 3. And
Can you split
we
them?
have that's a way to split them. You give Roman the Universal so he can continue on this path of 1,000 days, but you give Cody his belt.
But then Roman gets pinned.
That would be the most fucked finish in the history of
Roman gets
WrestleMania.
pinned, but Roman doesn't lose his Universal because there's a decision on Raw after Mania.
That's what we call a dusty finish.
Right, and it would also allow you to introduce the new belt that apparently has been approved.
No, I wish it was that design, but it's not.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a way out of left field scenario, and that's probably not going to happen. And again, it's way overbooked. But in a world where shit can happen like that, why not?
Right. But, well, guys, I think we have a pretty exciting weekend ahead of us. For people like us, this is a holiday weekend. We take work off. We ignore everything in the outside world. This is our Super Bowl. This is our World Series. This is WrestleMania. This is the biggest event in sports and sports entertainment in the world. That's a fact.
Bigger than Super Bowl.
Or we sign off. So before we sign off tonight, does anyone have... Scarlett's got something to say. We'll definitely let you say something here in a second. I'll say... We'll start with Scarlett, but does anyone else have anything else that they want to say going into the biggest pay-per-view of them all? The granddaddy, the showcase of the Immortals. Scarlett, we'll let you go ahead.
One, I forgot to say something about the Bianca and Asuka match. I feel like Asuka, whenever the ref is not looking, she's going to do the mist. I just have a 100% feeling based off the fact that she's been teasing that, and that's how she's going to win. Because I don't think that there will be. For some reason, these two stars, it just doesn't seem like perfection to me. But with that being said, I do want to point out that this is my first WrestleMania since starting watching WWE. This is the first time that I am I've gotten into the storylines, I've gotten into everything. I want to point out this is my first one. So, with that being said,
What a way to pop your cherry.
I wanted to ask everyone on the podcast, what advice do you have for me with this being my first WrestleMania?
Simply enjoy it.
Witness greatness.
It is a spectacle unlike anything you've ever seen before.
For real.
Don't go on your phone.
It's just the people who come to WrestleMania are legitimately from all around the world. They'll have 100+ countries represented at WrestleMania. And the last time WrestleMania was less than like 70,000 people was WrestleMania 22 because they had it at the Allstate Arena in Chicago. Since then, and pretty much every WrestleMania, you're looking at 60+, 70,000+ people from all over the world who don't get to see wrestling on a weekly basis like we do. Like, you know, we could pick up and drive to Nashville. We can pick up and drive to Columbus, Ohio, or even take a plane to Dallas, something like that. You know what I mean? People across the other side of the world, they're not going to fly in, you know, the 40 to 45 weeks that WWE's here in the United States. They can't do that. So they're rowdy. They're wild. They're insane. And they stay for the entire weekend, and they show up at Raw on Monday. Monday after Mania is also a holiday for wrestling fans because anything can happen. So
Literally anything.
Keep an open mind and just allow yourself to get lost in it. That's what I can say.
Also, when you get up,
Mystic had something to say.
go ahead, Mystic.
No, sure, you can go. I'll go after you.
All I wanted to say is when you get up in the morning, ignore social media and prepare for the event. Because if you try to get on social media before, a lot of shit's going to get ruined for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Including this, which I did see on social media.
So
I mean,
I'll say
probably
this,
from the
too.
source itself.
So I think it was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago when Bobby Lashley returned, one of my buddies sent me a picture inside the arena when they were testing his Titantron earlier in the day. And I said, why the fuck would you send me that? Like, you're an asshole.
Yeah, someone
was-
already ruined
That's
something
an
for
L,
me,
friend.
and somebody already ruined something for me by sending something to me, and I'm deeply and utterly upset because of it. Like, I just
Well,
want
don't tell us.
everything right now.
Right.
Don't tell us. But Mystic,
Well,
go ahead before
anyways-
we do our sign-offs.
I'll speak. Anyways, I don't think
He muted himself.
that LA Knight will be Bobby Lashley's opponent. I think it will be the monster, Brian Cage.
Hmm.
The Machine.
All right.
Yes,
Uh,
again, I
Oh,
would love to see Brian Cage do it, but
Hey,
I just saw him.
hey, let's I know Mystic wanted to say something, and then I want him to say it. I don't want him to sit there muted like a
Right,
dickhead.
I don't know why he muted.
Okay, thanks for ruining that. I haven't got there yet, motherfucker. But anyhow, so but I'm literally paused it from the start, dickhead, because I want to watch it all.
There's always a pause button.
You're
Hey,
always gonna have.
spoiler, Rey Mysterio gets inducted.
Anyhow, guys, we're here tomorrow night. I don't know who's a part of this panel yet. We'll discuss that as the night goes on tomorrow. But with that being said, sit down, call your grandma, call your dad, call your uncle, I don't care who you call. Sit down and enjoy this event tomorrow night and Sunday night.
Yo,
Just
better
have
call
fun.
somebody.
So what you need to do, you need to hide your kids, you need to hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they wrestle everybody out here.
So with that being said, Mystic, where can we find you?
You can find me on TikTok at BG Mystic. Join in Discord server. I doing a promotion APW. All you have to do is join Discord, upload your 2K wrestler on there with the hashtag APW to be a part of it.
Scarlett, where can we find you?
You can find me on all of my social medias at Scarlex Rose. It's like Scarlet, but with X's. SCARLEXXROSE on Instagram, on Clapper, on TikTok, on Twitter. But I mean, there's a 55 that came out of there somewhere. I don't know where the 55 came from, but you know it's fine. It's at the end. On Snapchat, it's Scarlex Rose as well. And on Wednesdays on Off the Top on Scarlet's Lair.
Phil, where can we find you, sir?
Well, you can check this guy right here over on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitch, and now on Clapper under the simple name of Phil Da Future.
Jamie.
And for season 3 of Off the Top, you are going to see this guy after NXT from 9 to 11 with my brand new solo show, Phil in the Blanks.
I love that, actually.
Jamie, where can we find you?
On the same place as last night, Instagram, Twitter, the TikTok machine, and the Clap app, Jamie Rose X. Also, you could find me Monday nights here on Off the Top Media with Paying Dues right after Monday Night Raw. Me and some great people, we get down to business on the greatest Raw review known to man, Amua.
Cam, where can we find you, sir?
You can find me right here on Friday nights and Off the Top with my boy Scouts for This Week in Pro Wrestling. You can also find me on TikTok at Cam's Wrestling Corner and call me Cam G. You can also find me on Instagram at 317 Bacon Eggs and Cam.
Now, Nate, other than the Pornhub, where can we find you?
Oh, God. So, other than in Jamie's mom's room, you can find me in Mystic Sisters room. Okay. You can find me on
I don't have a fucking sister.
as far as you know. Anyways,
And if that
you
doesn't
can find me on TikTok at Nate McNamara WYB or at the Wrestle Bros. Find me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all that good stuff. Just look for Nate McNamara. You'll find me. Yeah.
All right, Scals. The man, the myth, the legend himself. Where can we find you?
You can find me on TikTok and Twitter at Scouts24, as well as Off the Top Media _ on Twitter and TikTok, and then right here on Twitch and YouTube, Off the Top Media.
That being said, you can find me Twitter, TikTok, that guy Shadow, .91. Remember, people, have a safe and enjoyable weekend, and make sure you have fun.
And lady and gentlemen, just remember, this weekend, WrestleMania, it is time to finish the story. Let's
and if
go.
that doesn't tenaciously sizzle your bacon.
Bro,